Right, here we are again with another unboxing video from Christopher Ward. Third one. This one is mine this time. So the first one, the C63, was mine. Second one was not mine, as it was lent to me by someone from the Christopher Ward Facebook group. This one is mine, and you can tell already from the title of the video what model it is. So let's get into it, shall we? This is one of the models I've been wanting for a long time. They're C60 Diver. But the issue I was having is I just didn't know, I hadn't seen one in person. So I didn't know if it would really, to me it just seemed the bezel was just a little bit too large for the actual watch case, if that makes sense. So I just couldn't decide if I liked it or not. And I wanted to get hands-on with it, which is where the chap from the Christopher Ward group came in handy, because he let me borrow his Trident for a couple of days, albeit the Elite version. And obviously I've gone for just the Pro 600 version. But it got me, it gave me the opportunity to actually see what the Trident looks like, and feels like, and wears on the wrist, because it was the same case size, that being 42mm. And this is the size I went for this time, the 42mm. So, as always, let's do the first little bit. I always struggle with this bit. Here we go. So, get this cardboard sleeve off first. And you can see it's got the little Christopher Ward double flag there on this cardboard sleeve. And that gets us to this part of the box, which most of you will be familiar with. This is obviously the fake leather. It really picks up fingerprints. Fingers are dry, but this is the fake leather, and this is the wood and bamboo mixture. I think it's all meant to be, as I said previously, made from reusable or repurposed materials. So you slide off this nice sleeve here, and again, as you can see, it's felt lined on the inside. Really nice box. Same with all models, as far as I'm aware. Same box. And as per usual, you know what this is. That's the 60/60 guarantee. So return within 60 days and 60 months warranty period. And on the left-hand side, it just has, you know, signed by the CEO and your name on it, which is nice. Nice little touch. Next, as we already know, it's the manual for the watch. So this goes over everything you need to know and how to use the watch and how to wind it. It's got some information in there, which is nice. All the information. And then how to wind it and change the date and the time, which most of you already know. And how to dive with your watch, which, despite me buying this diver's watch, I will likely never use. Also, straps and bracelets, how to swap them out with a quick release, which this steel bracelet is. How to also use the diver's extension, which I'll show you in a moment, just to give it that little bit of extra space, and more information about the depth rating and so forth. And, as always, which I'll never touch, the Christopher Ward polishing pad. Polishing cloth, which I'll always keep folded up in these nicely, because I've got a million of these polishing pads around the house from camera gear and other stuff. But here's the watch itself. Oh, it looks so good. But let's see what else. So I paid to have it resized from factory. Is that a half link? No, these are full links. So these are the spare links and spring bars. Obviously they'll throw in there so that you can have it adjusted again if you need be. And here is the watch itself. Oh, I'm so excited that this is mine. Let's get it off of that, shall we? Let's also just quickly remove the Christopher Ward 6060 tag. Nice big tug. Ooh, that's not coming off this time. Come on. Nice tug. There we go. And that just caught up in the strap, look. Shocking. There we go. And that just comes off. Put that back in the box. Don't need that. And here's the watch. Obviously, as I said in the first video, this should be some of the only plastic that comes on the watch. I don't know if it's meant to be repurposed plastic or not, but you get it to cover the face and the case back. And I think it's, yep, there's a little bit on the strap as well. I think that's the only bit on the strap and then on the inside, which is nice to see that they're reducing the amount. But let's get this front bit off, shall we? That is stuck down. Wow. Oh, crikey. Oh, can't even get it off. Ah! I'm using the wrong one, that's why. I might edit that out. Oh, this one's stuck down as well. Quite. There we go. Nice. That's why I couldn't get to that one, because it was the one on the very bottom. This watch looks bigger than the Elite I had. Oops, I don't think it is. Look at that. Obviously, I've gone for the black dial. I don't know if it really picks up well in the video, but it's such a nice deep black. You can see the Christopher Ward double flags there, which is just in a slightly off black colour. The date window. And the ceramic bezel. I believe this is a ceramic bezel. I think it is. It must be. Which is nice. But yeah, this is a 42mm watch. I almost went for the 40mm, but after wearing the 42mm Elite, I decided that it was the perfect size for this watch. There's a side profile. You might notice from the previous video that it's not as thick as the Elite because it doesn't have the case back, display case back, and it's not rated to 1000 meters either, so it doesn't need that extra thickness for the gaskets, maybe, I'm not sure. Or if it's the case back, maybe they need to add more strength in it. There's another bit of plastic on the back. Let me just take that off. There we go. Put that to one side. And there is the Trident on the back there. Christopher Ward Trident Pro 600. Other things, it says Swiss made and stainless steel and to 60 atoms, I believe that means, or atmospheres, I'm not sure. But there's the front again. Really nice. I really like this. I did have it sized to what I think my wrist measurement is. So shall we see if I got it correct? Oh, it might be. Ah, absolutely perfect. Teeny little bit loose, a little bit of play in there, which is what I like. Let's see where the diver's extension is at. Is it fully extended? No. So with the diver's extension, trying to get it, you can't really see it, but that is fully extended, and I think you just shove it in and it ratchets. There you go. I did it all the way, but that makes it a little bit smaller. See if that still fits on the wrist. Yeah, still perfect. A little bit tighter. I could probably put the extension probably about halfway, and that would be absolutely bang on. So to do that, just pull in that tab, and then it's hard to do with the camera in the way, but 1, 2, there we go. I reckon that will be about perfect. Before we put it back on, should we have a look at the I'm going to keep that bit of plastic on there for now, but you can see on the clasp there the Christopher Ward double flag. It no longer, I think on the Mark 1 and the Mark 2, it had the pinholes in the side, and that's obviously cleaned up this time for a much cleaner look. Really strong clasp this is, no movement in it whatsoever. You can see Christopher Ward there again, and just a simple click in, nice and strong. With this bracelet, I'm not sure if it tapers down. Yeah, so it does taper down slightly, you can see there, which is nice. I think some models, maybe the steel bracelet for the C63, I'm not sure. I think it's the same width all the way down. I'm not sure, but this one tapers nicely. And of course on the side there, you've got your Christopher Ward double flag on the crown. Shall we do what most people like with dive watches? Let's listen to that bezel. Oh, it's quite quiet. See if I can get it closer. Nice. So it's 10 clicks between each indices and 120 in total. got some fingerprints on the watch already. It's really solid clicks. Really nice. I mean, I've read all the reviews and what other people have said about this bezel being really, really well made, and it's just perfect. Oh, yeah, that's back normal. There's barely any play in it. Some videos I've seen, people say they can feel some play. Maybe compared to like a Rolex Submariner or an Omega Seamaster, maybe, but this just feels absolutely solid. I have no problems with it. That's nice. Anyway, let's get back on the wrist. And whilst it's on the wrist, excuse me, let's get rid of some of them finger marks already. Perfect. So my wrist is 7-inch, maybe 7.1 inches on a good day, depending on how hot it is outside and so forth. And this feels perfect. I think the 42mm was the best choice for me. Yeah, the proportions are perfect. There is no, the bezel, like I said in the pictures, it doesn't seem like the bezel just took up too much space and it drowned out the rest of the watch. But in person, it's not that at all. It looks really nice. Another difference between this and the C60 Elite is the notches on this are more substantial. On the Elite, they're a little bit more smaller and closer together. I don't know how that affects turning the bezel when you know, if you're a proper diver, but I quite like this look. I really like the black dial. As you can tell from my C60 III, I'm a black dial fan. And this catches the light really nicely. So again, it's got polished surfaces and it has brushed surfaces. So a mixture of both to catch the light, and the ceramic bezel catches the light really nicely. Yeah, I really like this watch. It doesn't, I don't know the exact weight. It might say in the manual, probably not. But it doesn't weigh as heavy as I thought it might. This is obviously a stainless steel watch. Whereas the Trident Elite is titanium, so it's a little bit lighter. No, it doesn't say. So yeah, this is all stainless steel case, clasp and bracelet, whereas the C60 Elite is titanium, so there's another difference for you. Probably where your extra money is going towards as well. But no, I absolutely love this. If you have any questions, let me know. As I said in almost all of my unboxings, or all three of them, I'm not an expert. I can't list off the lug-to-lug widths and all that. And the movement, I know it's a Sellita movement, but that's about as much as I know. 200 maybe? Sellita 201. But there you go. Anyway, just a quick unboxing on my thoughts and as well as a wrist view. I hope you enjoyed the video and thank you for watching. See you on the next one, whichever one that might be.